Okay, hopefully you look at this and you see that really this is just about vocab, right? So on the writing section, if we're kind of choosing between four similar words, or in this case phrases, we generally just want to see the one that's going to have the best like tone or fit, right? So we're trying to hit the sweet spot on the scale. Things can be too informal, too slangy, and they could be academic. That's a good thing, but we don't want to go so far in the other direction that we start to sound pedantic, right? Pedantic is a fancy word for fancy, right? We don't want to be too fancy. Using big words, it's not good. You don't want to do that. If your reader doesn't know what you're saying, that's not good. And so we want to hit the sweet spot of words that are good enough to use in an essay for school, but not so crazy that we wouldn't understand what we're talking about. So something like way too sunny, it's a little too informal for an academic essay. So it's got the right meaning, but it's a little colloquial. That's another word people use for informal. Looking too much on the bright side, that's also very informal, but it's also too long, right? We also want to try to keep things short. That's the preferred style for the SAT. So if I were choosing between this and any other choice, I'd pick the other because this is too long. And pretty upbeat, well, pretty upbeat, that just sounds like, talking to your friends. Overly optimistic says the exact same thing. Optimistic is a perfect like SAT word, right? People know what it means, but it's like a smart sounding word still. So it's academic, and overly does the job as well. So hopefully you just kind of heard this. If you have trouble with these, it's probably because when you write, you try to use words that are too fancy. And so you think that good writing sounds weird, sounds kind of like overly smart. So change that habit. Change it for the SAT writing questions, and change it for your own writing. No one wants to read weird kind of words. Stick to stuff that people understand, and your writing will be better, and people understand what you mean. So it's a good rule the SAT is teaching us here.